Hi everybody. Um, this video is something a little bit different. This is the first production diary on a film that I'm going to be making myself. Now I know I review a lot of stuff, but really my interests are in filmmaking. Now just a little bit of background to this. Several years ago, I decided that I was going to make a website, and on that website I was going to have a bunch of friends who were all creative in different ways, and they would have a place where they could showcase the stuff that they did, right? That ended up becoming areashiftybun.com, which was supposed to be a funny little thing on Area 51. Most people don't get that, so maybe it was a bad choice of title. But anyway, um, so I made that site, and really what I wanted to do is I wanted a place to put up films, because when I was a kid I got a video camera and I made a whole bunch of films. I might even post them here at some point just for fun so you guys can see them and see what I was like when I was younger. It's quite amusing. And I used to love doing it, and I sort of fell away from it because actually my camera broke, and or should I say someone broke my camera, but we'll get into that in another video. And I was really at a loss. We didn't have a lot of money, sort of growing up, so I couldn't really replace the camera. So that was sort of that. Now I got into my twenties, and I'd still been like writing stuff like all the way through, and I really decided that filmmaking was what I really wanted to do. So now that I have finished my studies, because I've been studying psychology for years and years and years, now that I've finished my studies, I really want to have a real go at actually trying to get into the film industry. Now, I know it might seem a bit sort of pie in the sky for a lot of people, but I don't really care for that sort of way of thinking. I want to stay positive, and this is what I want to do. For good or for bad, I want to at least feel that I really tried. So what happened was that while I was still studying, I made a film a few years ago called The Figure. I'll put a link down here to it because it's on YouTube and you can watch it. And it was really a proof of concept. It was to prove to myself that I could put something together from start to finish. And it took a while to actually do not really the filming of it. The filming only took a couple of nights, but actually learning how to use the little equipment that we had, um, and learning how to use like the editing software, and also learning to use like After Effects, which is an effects software package. So I had to learn how to use all of that, because what actually happened with the figure was that I started making it, and because I couldn't get the people involved there, and I couldn't get access to where we were shooting as well and where I needed to be shooting, basically I never finished it. I never completely finished it, and because of that, it was like an editing nightmare. I had to edit it together without actually all of the footage, so I had to change some of the things that happened in it, and I had to use like outtakes and stuff like that. Stuff that was even filmed when the actors were just, you know, not in their roles, if you know what I mean. They're just sort of kicking about. They're actually shots in the film from that, but I felt that it worked out pretty well, and I'm actually quite proud of it for what it is. It was someone who loves filmmaking, who hadn't done it for a while, who wanted to prove to himself that he could still go and do it. And there are a lot of flaws with it, but I really enjoyed making it, and it took me months and months and months to edit and put together because of learning how to use the different uh, editing software, and especially because I had to do like a couple of like different like sort of CG things in the video. There were all sorts of problems with it, but anyway. So I proved to myself that I could at least put something together. For good or for bad, I could put something together. So I told myself that when I finished studying, I would go and I would make uh, a film. I would actually make a feature film, and I would actually try and take it to some film festivals and actually try to sell it, right? So that is my goal. That's what I want to do. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, you might be surprised to know that I'm not actually going to start off with the feature. I'm going to start off with two short films. Now, there are different reasons for why I'm doing this. I have the two short films that I want to do primarily because I have a more equipment now, and also I've got friends through like Callum and Alan and other people involved with the website, who are all, willing to like help me out, as crew, but also like they've got a lot of equipment that they'll let me use, which is really kind of them. So really what I want to do with the short films is I want to get to grips with the equipment and get to grips with working on a full production of a film. Because when I shot the figure, it was really just there were like 4 or 5 of us, and that was it. Whereas the short films I want to do will require a lot more people doing a lot more different things. So this then is what I want to do. I want to do the two short films. Both of them are horror films, and the third film, and it's just suppose it's quite fitting, is actually going to be an anthology horror film similar to the Amicus films that I've been reviewing recently, because I've been a big fan of them my entire life. I love anthology horror, and I just think it's something that I would really love to do. I would love to make an anthology horror feature film. Also, I think that it will be easier for me because I'll be able to film each of the smaller stories within the anthology horror film as sort of like standalone short films and piece them together. So the two short films that I'm going to do first to get myself prepared for doing a feature film are one that's called at the moment Ghast, and the other which is called Pass It On. Now, the first one that I'm going to be doing is Ghast, and that is primarily what I'm going to be working on right now. Now, so that you can take this as like the first of a few, hopefully, production diaries that will show you me making this film as I go along. It's hopefully it'll be a bit of fun. You guys will enjoy it. And hopefully it might even be helpful to some people who want to make films themselves, want to try things. So I'm going to document it. Now, I've got the script written. I'm working on another draft of it. Once I get that draft done, it's a rewrite basically where you go through the script and try to, you know, sort of clean it up, try to get it as tight as possible. I think one more draft and it will be finished. And I think the short film, well, Ghast, will come in at about 30 minutes. And the term Ghast comes from H.P. Lovecraft. It's a creature from his writings, and you may also know the term gas from Minecraft, but never mind. So that's the name of it for now. I'm not going to lie, the title may change. Um, and the film is going to be about a man who has lost his wife. His wife has died, she's passed away, and he is stuck in the drudgery of a sort of 9 to 5 existence as a salesman, a door-to-door salesman. And he is offered the chance to see her again. And if he does, a couple of different things. And that's where I'm going to leave it at the moment. I'm going to go into a little bit more of a synopsis when I finish the next draft, but that's really what it's about. It's about a man who's obsessed with the death of his wife and he wants to see her again, and he's offered a sort of deal to see her if he carries out a few different. Well, basically, what he has to do, right, is he has to bring together these old artifacts. He has to go out and find them and bring them together. Now, he doesn't really know why, and that's sort of explained as the film goes along, but he's visited in sort of in his dreams, and also when he visits the grave of his wife by a sort of apparition, and it's the apparition that offers him the deal that he'll get to see his wife again. So that's really what it's about. I'm hoping that it's going to be scary. I'm hoping that it will be have a couple of little bits of comedy in there as well, and I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit touching as well. It'll have heart to it. I realise I've not really synopsised it very well, but anyway, that's the film that I'm making first. It's going to be about 30 minutes long, And hopefully by next week I will have the first draft finished. Not the first draft. I've got the first draft finished. I'm going to have this draft finished, and that'll be me ready to really start talking about casting. I already have the two main characters I've already cast. I'll maybe do like a production diary talking to them, and talking to some of the people that are going to help me out on the sort of crew side of things, and I'll go through, how I'm trying to cobble this all together, and it should be fun, and I really hope you guys like it. And let's say check out the figure if you want to see the first film that I put up on YouTube, and that's about it. So here goes. Hopefully this vlog will keep me a bit organised as well, and that's about it. So see you later.